I'm Justin Frazee. I'm the Vice President of Enrollment, Communications, and Marketing, and I want to welcome you here today to take part in the on-campus sports complex celebration, which includes Keeler Hall of Fame softball field and Dakota Bank Stadium. And as I think about it, I have to question whether or not what the over and under is in terms of how many additional drive-bys we've had here. Mayor, we should get a street count out here to figure out how much these streets have been utilized, just to take a look at the progress. So, but with that being said, we appreciate you all being here. And at this time, I want to invite up Mayor Shaynaman to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Justin, and thanks everyone for listening to me speak. NSU has been a valuable partner to the city of Aberdeen for many, many years. And I'm going to let you in on a little inside baseball with politics, but a few of the important objectives of our city are to attract new residents, to draw in visitors, to improve the quality of life for the people that live here, and to help our local businesses increase their revenues. And, since we're in an academic setting here, I'm sure you guys know enough about group projects to realize that anytime you've got a partner, you really hope you get drawn with someone that works equally as hard as you do. And I want to say, NSU being a partner, that in terms of attracting new residents has probably outworked the city every single year, bringing us a fresh, new, bright-eyed crop of ambitious young adults. But next year, in 2021, NSU is really set to outdo themselves in terms of those other objectives that I mentioned. A new state-of-the-art sports complex like this will be a driving force in our local and regional economy. It will bring in visitors from around the region, and it's certainly set to improve the quality of life for every sports-loving person here in Aberdeen. So, game days will never be the same again. So NSU, I want to thank you for being the overachieving partner. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. At this time, I would like to invite up Tom Herbert, who is the principal architect of Co-op Architecture. Tom?
Thank you very much. My name is Tom Herbert. I'm glad to be. I always want to talk before Josh Moon, the athletic director. He's a hard charger, and so if I can get up here, I appreciate that, Justin, for letting me get up here. I want to talk. I was asked to talk about a few things, but first I want to recognize some of the design team here. And I saw Greg Garlock from DLR here. If you want to raise your hand, right there. Thank you. Cody Schockenmeyer on our team, who's here all the time. And we have Steve Miller on our team, and then we have the guys from Mettler-Sickmiller back there. The guys also from Helms, if there's any of those guys here, raise your hand. Confluence and many other folks, and you're going to hear from the contractors as well, so they'll get a shout out as well. Really appreciate all the work that the design team is putting in. I was asked to share a little bit about the design inspiration for this stadium. I think there's probably two components, but the biggest one is winning and thinking about what can we do to win. Maybe not the typical answer, but everything that we did for this stadium is built around winning. Like all of you, I've been dreaming about this project for a long, long time, and it's pretty exciting to be here. When we talked about the design initially in our interview, we wanted to move the stadium closer to the Barnett Center, create more synergy with the Barnett Center, share amenities, and also get a really awesome, exciting atmosphere and environment by not having it stand alone so much. So that's been an exciting relationship to see happen, and to hopefully really create kind of a rocking atmosphere here on campus, and thinking about all of the dynamics of being able to do that. I grew up around the Barnett Center, in the Barnett Center. When the old man was building it, I played in there. I've done all the things like a lot of you people that grew up here in the Barnett Center. It's an important building. I saw my first concert here. Shout out to Richard Marks. It's a special place. But how do we make it new and fresh? And I think this is an opportunity to take the success of the people who did the work all those years ago and to build on and to do more and to create a language with the new facilities here. But how do we recruit, the young athletes that come here? And the stadium has to be a part of that. The architecture has to be a part of that. It's a complicated puzzle, but this is a piece of that puzzle, and we hope we can do that. So winning is the inspiration for the architecture here. We're proud to be a part of the team here. It's a dream project, and thank you very much for having us, and we're so excited for this project, and go Wolves.
Thank you, Tom. I'd now like to invite up Matt Glenn. Matt's the Senior Project Manager with McCown Gordon Quest. Matt?
All right, thank you. Well, I don't know, Tom, and not following Josh Moon, I don't know if I want to follow you. So, good afternoon. I want to thank Northern State for inviting me up here to speak. My name's Matt Glenn with McCown Gordon Quest. We are the construction manager, given the opportunity to build this sports complex. I'm up here speaking today because apparently I drew the short straw with the team. So excuse me here if I do a little few ums through here. But I was asked to speak today about the progress, really the process of how the projects came together. So McCown Gordon Quest journey started over 2 years ago when we interviewed and were awarded as the construction manager at risk. Shortly thereafter, we kicked off the pre-construction process. We then spent the next 18 months providing pre-construction services to help Northern State, their stakeholders, their donors, and the community to bring the vision of these facilities to meet the construction budget. Some days it felt kind of like a tall task. This included countless construction estimates, alternates, value engineering, and meetings amongst all of the project team members to maximize that budget to make this project a reality. During that process, we also engaged our local trade partners in Aberdeen and Eastern South Dakota to obtain kind of real-time cost feedback about the pre-construction process. They also helped us to build awareness and excitement around the local trade partners, the workforce, to build this great project. With that, we awarded a total of 58 subcontract agreements to South Dakota subcontractors. That's important for a couple reasons. One, not only the benefit of the money is going to stay right here, but also people that live in this community, work in this community, the tradesmen and women, they take a greater pride in building something that is a community-changing project. I'm happy to report that we currently are on time and on budget. I'd appreciate anyone's effort of what we can do to delay the snow for another year until we're done. But with that, I want to thank all the stakeholders and the donors that contributed to the project to help drive and make its vision come true. With that, we only have 387 days until kickoff. So go Wolves.
Thank you, Matt. At this time, invite up Josh Moon, our Director of Athletics. Josh?
What a great day to be a Wolf. First off, I'd like to thank Dakota Bank, Jim and Tracy Thayers, Jim and Jackie Keeler, President Downs, and all these amazing donors for their contributions to this campaign. I think for our student athletes, our coaches, staff, what do you think about these amazing donors here? These folks have given their time, talent, and energy, resources, because they believe in you, they believe in what you're going to become here after you graduate from Northern. On this difficult day today where competitions are canceled for the rest of this calendar year, something we've never done before. I think we turn around behind us. This is a huge positive. And just talking to some of our football student athletes, they can be more excited. Some of them are going to stick around for 2021 because they want to locker in this stadium. They want to play on this field September 4th. I think this is what Northern's about. You can feel the love here in this community for our students, and the people are here for all of you as we get through this difficult time. So, again, this is what NSU is about. We can't thank you enough. This is a transformational facility. You're going to hear that a lot. This is the best competition football field and softball field in the country in Division II. So we couldn't be more excited about what's going to happen here in 2021. Again, I want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And, of course, go Wolves.
Okay, now the individual with the longest title, Chad Bergen. We got Chairman of the NSU Foundation Board. the was it graduate of Northern, 93 is it, give or take, as well as the Senior VP and CFO of Dakota Bank, Chad.
Thanks, Justin. On behalf of the foundation, we want to thank everybody in Wolves Nation. When we started this project, we didn't know raising that much money if it was possible, but without the committee, the EIC committee with Chairman Thayers and Downs, it's gone without a hitch. We raised the money, and now the third leg of the three projects, the sports and rec field was first, second was the School of Vision Handicap, and now bringing back on campus both football and softball will be awesome. So can't thank everybody in Wolves Nation enough to get this done. And with that, thank you for coming out today.
Thank you, Chad. At this time, we'll turn it over to President of Northern State University, Dr. Tim Downs.
Thank you, Justin. We talked about should we turn off all the equipment, but you know, it's going to start raining or we'll get weather, so we don't want to stop progress. Is that okay, Matt? Yeah, I figured you'd say that. So we'll talk over the noise, and I'm glad to hear it. I'd like to thank all the regents that are here, Regent Thayers, Regent Wink, Regent Brown. Please raise your hands. They're very critical to approving plans. We always have to go to the legislature and share our ideas, and they have to approve it, along with two governors have been involved with this, all the things that we're doing at Northern State University. But if I look across this crowd, every one of you is our partner. You're a stakeholder, you're an investor, you're investing in the lives of young people. Their success is our future, and that's what we're doing at Northern State University. So when I came here, we said, well, it looks like we're going to do a master plan, and I have to thank Mr. Herbert and his crew. Sat in a room with a whole bunch of us, and we started mapping out what could we do. Just had renovated the Fine Arts Center, just had built the Wolves Memorial Suites, got a gift for 2 more residence halls, Great Plains East and West, and then what about building a science center with the Dapper Hat named after Mr. Jewett? Raise your hand, please, Mr. Jewett, the Regional Science Education Center. So we've been building a lot of assets. So when we built the Science Center, we built it on the former practice football field, then had to build out the athletic and recreation fields, and said, well, that's good for now, but we're not done. The master plan then became the Educational Impact Campaign, and we're never done with that because we're just taking this place to the next level. That Educational Impact Campaign built the athletic and rec fields, the School for the Blind that we just officially dedicated, and this is the third asset that comes in. It is going to be the best facility, but it's a facility not just for the campus, it's a facility for the region. It's a regional asset. We look forward to people from the community coming to this facility, enjoying games, enjoying concerts. It's a place to convene. It's an asset for the region and the whole state. So when we look at this regional sports complex, it's going to have Dakota Bank Stadium. Let's give a round of applause for Dakota Bank Stadium and Dakota Bank, our partners. We're also going to have Keeler Hall of Fame softball field. And today, I'd like to just point out we have a contingent of people that are large in size. I believe it's football with our head coach. If you guys can all raise your hands, Wolves Nation. So they're here to represent and just give you a sample of who's going to use this asset right here. And also, to my other side, we have our head coaches and players in women's softball. Before the pandemic, they were first in the league. And they're going to come back this spring and remind everybody that they're still first in the league. So let's give them a round of applause. So with all these regional assets, we're building up the community and we're building up the region. We're doing it together to make a statement that Northern State University is here for hundreds of years, and we're going to continue to develop young people academically, socially, and they get to play sports or they get to play the tuba or be on the debate team, all the things that are part of their human development to take over our communities in the future. It's all about what we call the student experience. The student experience, if you're not playing, we hope you attend and cheer on your roommate or your friend or someone that's in your class. The whole student experience. When I first interviewed here, and some of the people in the crowd were on my search committee, they said, you know, we really want a football stadium. Well, we started with building residence halls, renovating and building new academic facilities, and now we're building out the student experience, extracurricular, and intercollegiate athletics. The whole package of growth and development is here at Northern State University. There's no reason why a student shouldn't come visit, and when they do and they meet our faculty, our staff, our coaches, they say, wow, I need to go to Northern State University. So the momentum is going. This is a huge catalyst. All the things we've done and all the investments you've made, we cannot thank you enough. We're not done with fundraising. We're never done. And we continue to raise money for scholarships and to enhance all the facilities, including this very large one right behind me, because it's about everyone getting the best out of life, and it's all happening. And I couldn't be more proud to be a part of it at Northern State University. So go Wolves.
Thank you, President Downs. I'd like to turn it over now to one of our Educational Impact Campaign co-chairs and regent, Jim Thayers.
Well, thank you, Justin. First, as a Board of Regent, I'd like to recognize my fellow regents. Retired, my predecessor, Harvey Jewett. Regent Joan Wink from Howes, South Dakota, came out to be part of this today. Thanks, Joan. And our newest regent, our student regent, Brock Brown. Brock is a student at SDSU, so thank you for joining us today. As regents, as we try to balance education and the costs and the facilities, it's amazing to see the accumulation of, I believe, $100+ million of private funds to build the infrastructure that you've seen happen across this campus the past few years, and it's pretty amazing. That tells you a lot about the people's commitment to education and to our future workforce. And I think it's very exciting to see the change in the atmosphere and the facilities that Northern has created, and the environment that I believe is so important is developing social skills, and to me that happens on campus, face-to-face learning. So congratulations to Northern for the wonderful additions. Privately, as an individual, I want to truly thank our main donors, and that's Dakota Bank, Harvey and the Great Plains Foundation, and the City of Aberdeen, who stepped up early and said, these are important, and we're willing to invest the money and the time to make sure that these ideas become real. And today you're seeing the final piece of that. So very appreciative to all our donors that have stepped up and made a pledge, a commitment to make sure these things are all funded and paid for. And lastly, I'd just like to, and having a chance to work with many of these contractors, many of them local, but thank you for your hard work. You're willing to work together, to communicate, to be partners, to seeing that these final pieces are being done and being done with quality and communication. And it's going to be an exciting day. We're going to have one hell of a tailgate party come next September. So go Wolves.
Thank you, Jim. Last but not least, we have the President and CEO of Dakota Bank, Mr. Joe Singer.
Well, thank you, and certainly we're missing one thank you that I haven't heard. Thank God for a breeze and occasional shade with some clouds here. But, you know, we talked a lot about team, and I'd like the team that I have the privilege to work with every day. Those of you with Dakota Bank, please stand up, please. Rick, Mike, Brad, Mr. Westra, Mr. Folberg, and Robert's back there somewhere, and I know Cammie's here. Talk about a great team it is. You know, people have asked me why the commitment to Northern State University. Well, I've always said it just makes sense because over the years, Dakota Bank, prior to that F&M, have always been an integral part of the state of South Dakota, certainly Aberdeen and in the surrounding area. And I talked to Tom a little bit ago, and we compared notes in 1972 when we watched Northern beat Mankato over here at Simmons Field. And truly a transformation for this campus, and it's important that that happens. No different than banking, attracting and recruiting students. It's very competitive, and we know this will set Northern apart from the other colleges and universities in this area. And you know another reason why it makes a lot of sense for Dakota Bank's 550 employees to support and do what we're doing for this university. I just checked again this morning. Of the 550 employees, a third of those employees are Northern State University graduates. So keep them coming. We're looking to grow, and we're certainly looking to hire. And I don't have any notes, and I know I stand between air conditioning and 100+ heat index, so go Wolves.
Thank you, Joe, and once again, thank you all for coming out, braving the heat, if you will. Just a couple of wrap-ups here. This is not a groundbreaking as you see, but it is a celebration, and we would ask that all of you take part in our beam signing. There's going to be permanent markers up there. Let's sign that. And I don't exactly know where this is going to go, but it's going to be somewhere in that stadium. I don't know, Tom or Matt, if you can answer it. But so please, if you want to kind of migrate over, take part in a beam signing, we would appreciate that. There's also going to be cake and lemonade kind of right in the middle of all of these festivities. So again, thank you all very much for coming. Cannot wait to kick off football and to start softball. And with that, go Wolves.